Hey everyone, thank you for being here. I have with me Jeff Zanzibar and Brian MacFarlane. Jeff's presenting tonight, and what we're doing is we are presenting, I guess, I'm calling them the top Mandela effects of 2022, but I leave some things out. I saw you guys chatting in the chat. I left some things out that we played over and over and over again, like Star Wars was constant, so there's no Star Wars tonight. Um, I do have some things from Jeff, some things from Brian. I think I have something from Curiouser. I don't know. We have some things tonight. Maybe you missed some this. Maybe you didn't see all of our shows this year. I don't know. But we are getting started now. So, Brian, Jeff, you guys want to say hi? Is there anything you want to say before we start?
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody. We can do a few shout outs while we're here.
Yes.
Let's see.
Go ahead, Brian.
We have Sandy, you're number one in there, followed by Hitman Lost. Welcome, Hitman. Hitman Preliminals here. My mom is there. Anita, hey, Mom.
Hey, Anita.
Many remember, Preliminal says many remember Nevada or Arizona, but now it's in California. They were talking about Death Valley, I believe.
Yes.
Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Who else is here? I'm sure there's a lot of you guys here. There's wow. We have Analog Lime. Welcome.
Yes.
High Pockets is here. Rudy P. Welcome. Joe Bloor.
Welcome,
right.
everyone. Thank you for being here. Nights in a row, too. That's awesome. So, Jeff, are we ready to go?
Yeah.
All right. Who wants to read? There we go. Brian, do you want to read the first one?
Yeah, sorry, I was on mute. So I'll read the first one. Yeah, no problem.
Awesome.
All right, so please tell me how the dinosaurs went extinct. What theories have you heard? You go to the next slide. I only remember two theories, either an ice age or a direct hit by a comet or asteroid.
All right, stay here. I want to ask the chat, what theories do you remember ever hearing for the dinosaurs becoming extinct? Do you remember it like I do, or remember something different? And Brian and Jeff, feel free, chime in. What do you guys remember?
An asteroid is what I remember.
Yeah, I remember an asteroid. The ice age happened like 10,000 years ago, supposedly.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me.
Sandy, you went muted for a minute. Jeff, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I think we may have lost Sandy. She's probably going to be able. She'll have to jump back in her own stream. Just give her a second.
All right.
While we're doing that, a couple shout outs. Okay.
Yeah.
We got Hemp Night 420. Heck yeah, welcome. We got Karen Maloney. Welcome back, Karen.
Hi, Karen.
Frank Nunez.
Hey, Frank.
All right. So let me read some of the answers from the chat, actually. So let's see here. All right. So let's see. So Preliminal says, I remember it was mainly thought to be from a comet. And that sounds more accurate than an asteroid. I think it was actually a comet is what they told us. It hit the Yucatan Peninsula. Remember, that's where it hit in Mexico. That's what I remember. High Pockets says, yeah, same two only. Analog Lime says asteroid. Preliminal says, yes, that was the main theory. Hitman Law says asteroid. Preliminal says ice age followed after the asteroid. Rudy P says asteroid which caused the ice age made them extinct. Joe Bloor says nuclear winter. Joe Bloor, you're funny, man. All right. So let's see. Sandy, we got to get you back in here. We have enough responses, Jeff, if you want to continue while we're waiting on Sandy to get back in. You want to go to the next slide, Jeff?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, we're just waiting on her to. I think this is her first time. All right, really doing this. There she is.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
Sandy, I think you have to change it back to the full screen mode because.
Yeah, I do. What happened
Yeah.
was my alarm for Mandela Monday went off and destroyed the whole audio connection. That was great.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, so what I was trying to say was the comet or asteroid caused ice age blocking out the sun. So the comet killed the ones that were nearby, and then the ice age, as a result of the comet, killed the rest of the dinosaurs. That's what I was taught. But go on, you're way ahead. Support.
Okay, but here's the thing: there's another theory now that one of the most popular theories. So I find it strange. I've never heard of this. Go on. Next slide, Jeff, please. Have you ever heard of a hypercane? You know, honestly, it sounds like that walker or whatever it is, not the cane that they make for folks who have trouble walking. One of those type of deals, like a hurricane. Have you guys ever heard of this? A hypercane?
I haven't.
Yeah, me neither. Next slide, I guess. Are we waiting on the chat for the answers? So, Carrie Emanuel from MIT released a theory in 1995 saying hypercanes could have been created from a comet strike, wiping out the dinosaurs who survived. So, a hypercane is just to give you some idea, it's about the size of a continent with winds in excess of 500 miles per hour. So that's pretty fast. The time active was weeks. So imagine a hypercane that lasts for weeks. Next slide. So hypercanes, the apocalyptic storm. A hypercane is a theoretical monstrous hurricane that lasts much longer and covers a much larger area than a hurricane. Next slide. So, but here's the thing. Technically, it's not a theory. Have you ever heard of Typhoon Tip?
So that's a question for the chat too. Have you ever heard of
Typhoon Tip?
Now, I know, Brian, that you also, I think Jeff did too. Did you watch the Weather Channel growing up when they used to like do weather all the time
Yeah,
and they do stories?
Sandy, I watched the Weather Channel like it was a soap opera every day.
Yes, I did too.
You did too?
Yeah. Like I remember even on New Year's, like waiting to watch the year changeover. Like,
I love the cool
nerds.
music. In fact, I even saved the music in one of my playlists. You know, their local channel music. Whenever the local the local weather comes up, you have the cool music that comes on. I saved all those, or actually, I saved one of them. Go ahead.
So
Are
I
we
was
waiting
gonna
on?
say Typhoon Tip. As you're seeing it here, it's
I'm seeing a
overlaid
lot
on
of
top.
no's. I'm seeing a lot of no's, but I don't know if it was the no's from hearing of a hypercane or
No, they're talking about Typhoon.
Okay, Typhoon Tip. Okay, we got a bunch of no's in here. I don't see a
But
single yes.
I want to talk about the picture on the screen. Typhoon Tip is overlaid in this image on top of the United States, and as you see, at the same time it's hitting Dallas, it's also hitting New York City and Canada and the Gulf at the same time.
But what were the winds on Typhoon Tip? Do you know?
Huh?
What were the winds on the typhoon? Do you know?
We're gonna get to it, yeah.
Okay.
All right, Jeff, we can move on.
All right. So, Super Typhoon Tip is not a theoretical storm. It was a monstrous storm in the Western Pacific that developed southeast of Guam October 4th, 1979, and lasted until October 19th, a full 15 days. Next slide. From the 11th to 13th, it was let me just say the date. It was October 4th through the 19th, 1979. So from the 11th through the 13th, it was a Category 5 typhoon that hit Guam, eastern Japan, killing 96 people with sustained winds of 190 miles per hour. The largest storm ever recorded. I've never heard of this. Have you?
Some detail. Eye diameter was 9.3 miles. The peak diameter was the 1380 you saw, which I said, like, what we saw over the map of the United States was a 1,380 miles. They literally took Typhoon Tip and put it over the United States to show you the sheer size of it. And the sustained winds were 190 miles per hour. I can't. How have you ever heard of this? Go ahead. Go ahead.
So, besides never hearing of Hypercanes and Typhoon Tip, there are some strange things happening with regular hurricanes that I've never heard of as well. Next slide. Have you ever heard of eye wall mesovortices? Essentially, they are spots of intense rotation within the hurricane's eye wall and responsible for tornadoes forming during a hurricane. I didn't know that. So we are witnessing a rare moment in weather history. That says here in the post by Ryan Beasley, which is funny because I actually know a Ryan Beasley in real life, but it's BEA. So he says, we're witnessing a rare moment in weather history with Hurricane Michael, eye wall vortices, mesovortices, the disfigured eye, are small-scale rotational features found in the eye walls of intense tropical cyclones. They are similar in principle. Okay, so we're just seeing.
I'm trying to explain. It's essentially like spinning tornadoes on the eye wall, and I've never heard of this happening either. The eye wall was always smooth, round, and calm.
Yeah, it was the calm of the storm, before the rest of the storm hits,
Yeah, and you can see it gets like a flower pattern because those are little tornadoes on the wall, and I've never heard of that happening. I've never heard of what's the word that he used? Mesovortices. Has anyone ever heard of mesovortices? Has anyone ever tornadoes to be rotating around the eye wall of hurricanes and cyclones? Never. Never for me. Go ahead.
Another thing I've never heard of before is I'm going to try to pronounce this, the Fujiwara effect. Is this new for you too?
So we covered this, and then there was like 3 videos on YouTube about it. But the Fujiwara effect. Anyone ever heard of this before this year?
I've heard of the islands of Fiji, but what is Fuji? I mean, other than a camera company or something.
No, Fujiwara, I think, is the person who named the effect.
You know what that looks like with the 2 hurricanes battling in the ocean? That sort of looks like a mixer when you're, the twin mixers when you're mixing something like baking. That's what that looks like.
Yeah. All right, we can go on.
Go ahead. If 2 hurricanes or tropical storms come close enough together, they will begin orbiting each other, and eventually one of 3 things will happen. 1, the storms can disrupt one another, causing them both to weaken. You can see the clip there. 2, they'll eventually move away on their separate paths. Or 3, the larger storm will absorb the smaller storm and become one massive hurricane. Next slide. All right, so
Now we have the difference between hurricane versus hypercane. Eye wall vortices are
I know some of you
small.
guys are squinting. I can already see that, but that's okay. I have mine zoomed in pretty good. Eye wall mesovortices, small-scale rotational features found in the eye walls of intense tropical cyclones. We talked about that. In these vortices, whose speed can be up to 10% higher than the rest of the eye wall. So there's a comparison with hurricane versus hypercane. Maximum sustained winds of 250 miles per hour. On a hurricane, water temperature, minimum 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Size can be roughly the size of the U.S. state or a U.S. state. Duration for days. Damage, property, infrastructure, and life loss. So we're talking with the 500 mile per hour hypercane, the water temperature minimum has to be 120 degrees. The size could be as large as a continent. Duration could be weeks. Damage, you're talking countries wiped out, ozone threat, global freeze, solar radiation. I don't know how you get solar radiation out of that, but okay. And see, what is it, Cape Verde? They always talk about these hurricanes seem like they come off of Cape Verde, off the coast of Africa.
Yeah.
I need to definitely bless
develops.
these rains and just make them go away. If it becomes a superstorm, let's just bless the rains and make them less strong. But go ahead. Next slide, please. You know, I was saying Toto, Africa, bless the rains. You catch the reference, right?
Yes.
Okay. So we're talking this Super Typhoon Tip, 1979. Excuse me. It has a diameter the same distance from Manila to Bangkok. That's what the Bangkok is the capital of Thailand. I don't know where Manila is, but anyway, have you ever heard of any of this before? Again, there's a picture of dinosaurs with comets and asteroids or whatever there in the back in the lower left. These are all new information for me, which leads me to believe they could be potential Mandela effects. Next slide. Or is
I
that
think
it?
I believe that is the end.
Yep.
So
Anyway, you guys having a good time? Grab yourself a nice cup of Joe. We got a little bit of more effects to cover. How much? Let's go to the next one.
well, wait, before we get to the next one, I want everybody to tell Jeff what a great job he's doing. This is his first time presenting. Doing a great job.
Yeah, you're doing a great job, Jeff.
Thanks.
I also see that we have a few new people in the chat since you did your shout out. We have Frank Nunez, John Nada, Karen Maloney jumped in, Scott Garson. I think you said Rudy P. Did you get Eddie Von Keen last time?
You asking me if I? Oh, I didn't announce Eddie. I didn't see him in there whenever I did the shout outs.
We also have Mustard Seed.
Yeah, John Nada. He's in there now. Who else?
Your dad's here, the trivia nostalgist, and Mustard Seed Dave.
Yeah, Sandy. Just to give you guys an update, Sandy has 489 subs. We've got to get her to 1,000. So help us out, guys. Send this video out to all your friends if you can, who are Mandela affected, I guess, or non-Mandela affected. If you want to take a chance, spin the roulette table, go right ahead. Yeah, get the word out.
I don't know how it would kill the fish. Oh, Frank Nunez says, how would it kill the fish? Di knows, though. I think how it would do it is, they're saying that a comet caused the major storm. So the comet would boil the oceans. and then the storm would happen. So it would be the comet that would kill the fish. But obviously things survived because we're here. So I would guess it would be the comet that would have did the fishing. Thanks, Karen. Jeffson Natural says hi pockets. See that, Jeff?
Oh, thank you, High Pockets.
And John Nada says go, Jeff. I
Thanks,
think
John.
Rudy's good luck, Jeff, or good job, Jeff. Good job.
Thank you to Rudy.
All right, are you ready with the next presentation? It doesn't look like it on my end.
Sandy, I love your thumbnail.
I love your thumbnail too.
What is my thumbnail? I don't even know what my thumbnail is.
It's the same as mine. And Jeff's thumbnail's Chloe. Oh.
Yeah.
All right, next. Jeff, do you want to read, or do you want to just take a break from reading for now? Because I know your thing's in here. You want me to read?
Yeah.
Okay. So back in 2019, I used graphics for the first time to present Mandela effect changes. That presentation was the change to the color of Snow White's dress. Which do you remember? White, blue, or yellow? We're doing a little rewind because there's a couple newer ones in here from this year, so it's part of the presentation. So going back to 2019, which Snow White is your Snow White? 1, 2, or 3? Mustard Seed of Faith is screaming white. Hi, Tom. I know, I'm going to check out your channel tonight. I did subscribe already, though. Brian's dad has a new channel, the trivia. It's right there, the Trivia Nostalgist.
Yes.
A lot of dad jokes. If you like the dad jokes, you want to subscribe.
I subscribed. I like it. Good job, Tom.
Yeah, I can't believe my dad got like 1,200 views on one video after like 2 days of it being up. 2 days of it being up there.
That's amazing. So Joe Bloor, 2, blue. Rudy is white. John Nada is 2, I think. Frank Nunez is 2. Your dad is white. Anita's saying hi to your dad. Oh, how cute.
Wait, are we doing the colors again? The white?
Yes.
It's funny you said your mom was white or something.
I said your mom was saying.
Your mom is yellow.
All right, so Brian's referring, if you didn't see the show last night. Brian's referring to me reading the answers in the chat and it coming out really wrong. Thanks, John Nada. Yeah, Crazy's Lab subscribes, so maybe he'll jump in the chat. No one remembers it like I do, though. That's okay. People did when I presented it on Scare Performance. There were people that remembered it like I did, so I'm not too upset. So we can go on, Jeff. I'm so used to saying go on, Brian. Sorry, Jeff.
All right.
Hey, Anita, your mom remembers yellow like I do. Yay. Except she doesn't.
Yay.
Hey, Philo.
Okay,
what's up, Philo?
I 1000% remember yellow sleeves that matched her skirt. While some agreed, many remembered white, and others had the current memory, this chat shows, a blue that matches no other blue on her dress. And since when is the cape dark brown and maroon on top, and the boning and sleeve caps were never tan? Do you guys remember the sleeve caps under the blue being tan? Because that's the color they are now. They're tan and the boning is tan. And someone tried to say, oh, it was yellow. and it just aged. But if it aged, so would the yellow skirt. The yellow skirt would be brown too, but it's not. It's still yellow. So I just remember the caps matching the color of the sleeve. Joe Bloor said she was all yellow. Karen remembers too. This is number 2, Eddie. These aren't in order. We're not doing like number 1. These aren't in order. These are just in the order of, I guess, we presented throughout the year. You can go on, Jeff. So this credit goes to Jennifer M. But now there's a new change to Disney's First Princess. Snow White's eyes. Now, I know a lot of you don't pay attention to the eyes, and that's okay. But if you remember, what color do you remember? Remember having blue eyes, green eyes, or light brown?
I remember blue. No, wait, hold on now. Yeah, I thought our eyes were blue.
So A, B, or C? A is blue, B is green, C is brown.
Blue for me.
Dual memory. But the ones I remember aren't the correct answer. So analog lime is blue. He still has fuzzy lips, Philo. Philo was blue. Rudy is not sure. Joe Bloor says, my eyes are up here. Eddie remembers black, and there were a few people who did remember all black. But it could be possible that the blue looked black. Because, again, eyes are very small on the screen. But the green and the brown, they don't look black at all. So Anita remembers brown eyes. Anyone else? All right, we can move on, Jeff.
Yeah, Joe Bloor says my eyes are up here.
I know. Jennifer M. remembers blue. I said blue as well, but I am now having a memory of blue or green. But her eyes have always been light brown, which looks foreign to us and stand out like flashlights. Like, even really small screen, the brown is standing out. And I don't remember brown at all. Preliminal remembers black or dark brown. Donna says, you my black-eyed girl. Oh my gosh. Oh. So maybe dark brown instead of black. Maybe it was so dark brown that it looks black to you. Now it's a light brown that stands out. Like a chestnut. It's almost chestnut color now. All right, we can go on, Jeff. Mustard CFA says I think it was black. Not 100% on this one. Snow White was brought to life by 3 women. Her graceful movement, I feel like something's missing here. Oh, leave it. It's okay. You're fine. Her graceful movement was modeled by Marge Champion, whose puff sleeves matched her skirt like I remember. And she was in yellow and white instead of yellow and blue, which is strange. Hang on, Jeff. So I'm showing you my reality, which was the yellow sleeves. The original drawings were all yellow, and they did change it to blue for some reason. Go, Jeff. Her voice was performed by Adriana Caselotti, whose career was destroyed by Disney, who literally owned the rights to her voice. She couldn't professionally use her voice for anything other than Snow White, which I think is so messed up. But here again, she's wearing light blue sleeves. There's also this aqua blue that I'm not familiar with, and it's showing up everywhere. How does that match her skin? Joe Bohr says the dark blue matches her Snow White skin. Oh. Yeah, Jeff. But her beauty, her face, was modeled and drawn from blue-eyed actress Hedy Lamarr. So why are Snow White's eyes brown? She was literally modeled from Hedy Lamarr. Hedy Lamarr blue eyes. So why wasn't she made with blue eyes? Oh, you mean like a contrast more? I gotcha. Gotcha, Jeff. Snow White was originally dressed in pink and red and yellow, but Disney thought these colors were too sexy and changed it. But even here, the puffs match her. And every single one of these is brown eyes. Now, the bottom right-hand corner, her eyes look black there. Don't you agree?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, Brian got kicked out. I know he didn't. He's here. Brian?
No, I'm here. I'm just on mute.
Oh, okay.
What were we asking?
I was asking, I said the bottom right-hand corner looks like she has black eyes, doesn't she?
Yeah. Yeah, it looks kind of black eyes there. Yeah.
And here's more brown eyes. Everything's brown. It's the light brown that gets me. If it were darker, it might look right, but the light brown doesn't look right to me.
Is that supposed to be Bambi?
Yes, it's like a turtle. At least they're round, I guess.
Yeah, they're round. They're not brick.
But it looks like a turtle. Turtle, back Bambi. Hey, the head's the same color. That's good eye, Brian. That's great residue. Hey, Ed. Ed says he'll be back and forth. So here is the yellow sleeves that I remember that match the actual skirt. Phone dial on the deer, says High Pockets. No, Fizzy's not Snow White. Fizzy's Jasmine. John Nada thought it was a mushroom. Okay, here's some white sleeve residue for those of you that remember white sleeves. And some blue eyes. It's okay, Joe. Oh, you guys are making my teeth hurt tonight. You can go on, Jeff. All right, so here is one of the original cells for Snow White. And again, the yellow cap sleeves like I remember. It's just funny to me that they thought like red was too sexy. It's just a color. You know? Was it too sexy on Doc? Like, I don't understand. So here's a lot of white sleeves and a yellow sleeve or two. Fizziest. Oh, I'm going to start on Fizziest. That's great. And here's a weird one with her with blonde hair. Then we got blue eyes. Now your mom says something interesting.
Yeah.
It's not going up on the screen. Why is that? Why can't I hear mom on the I can't show anybody on the screen. That's weird. Oh, I just lost Brian. Shows us.
Sandy, you still here? Uh-oh. So here's more residue of what Sandy remembers, wherever she went. There we go.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck happened. Brian got kicked out. I got kicked out. Adding came back in.
I'm back.
No idea what just happened there. I was saying that your mom said something interesting, and now I can put it on the screen. She said, as a kid, I could identify with her, and my eyes being.
Oh, no. You guys both gone again? Uh-oh.
I'm here.
Oh, good. All right. More residue there. What do we have here? Looks like some merging going on too.
Good Lord. I don't know what StreamYard is doing, but it keeps crashing repeatedly. Can you hear me okay? Jeff, Brian?
Jeff, yeah, I can hear you, Sandy. Jeff, what is your internet speed? I'm curious.
I don't even know.
Let me see. I'll check mine real quick.
My speed is, I have like the fastest, I have gigabit. It's fast.
Yeah, I'm not on gigabit. I think I have like 500 megs.
Yeah, I just went and checked. All my apps are closed. I just did a memory cleanse using a memory cleanse app. Came back in, cleared out all my browsing history with Safari because it has to use Safari. That's the problem right there. Is that StreamYard has to use Safari. I'm blaming Apple, not StreamYard. I think it's Apple that's the problem. Jeff, do you want to read your own?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Credit Jeff Zanzibar. There was a change that was found by Spaced Out Productions 4 years ago to the famous 7 dwarfs or dwarves. Off to work we go. Became home from work we go. But something else has changed that I recently noticed. Please spell the blanks in the title of the song. Blank ho, blank ho.
Sounds like you're Santa Claus there.
It does. All right, let's see. Philo is hi-ho, H-I-G-H. Hi-hi, mustard seed of faith. Hi-ho, H-I. By preliminal.
I like Rudy.
Hi-ho, Karen Maloney.
I'm giving some answers on the screen as you read them.
Rudy's hi, G-H. Hi for
That was
Joe
mustard seed of
Bloor.
faith.
Hi pockets. Same way hi is spelled in the name. Say my name, say my name.
Okay. Well, it looks like I may have to upgrade my connection. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we hear you just fine, Brian.
Yeah, I may have to upgrade my connection because I just tested it. It said 122, and I know that's not the case. I probably have the 200 maybe or 300 actually.
Yeah, and
Probably have
that's
100.
you do sound a little robot-y sometimes.
Well,
All
I gotta put a little fiber in my diet then, huh?
Yes, you do.
So Sandy says, Jeff and I remember hi ho, hi ho. I'd see it on books, pins, anything related to the song. Spelled H-I-H-O. But now it's always been spelled hi ho, and sometimes it's hi ho with a dash. Do you remember it spelled like this? H-E-I-G-H.
Absolutely not.
It's ridiculous.
It's always been like that. This is a great find, Jeff. Never. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I couldn't believe when I saw this. This is crazy. Like, where did that spelling even come from? It's so stupid looking. And here we have some residue for the way we remember it.
Always it's all we go. Not home from work. That was a good find, Spaced Out Productions.
Mm-hmm. There's the high hos, the way we remember them. More the way we remember it right here. Bonus. I haven't found any residue, but I have no memory of the water pump in the dwarf's house having a face. Do you? Just thought I'd ask.
And there's that. Now it looks like a daisy on the back of the deer.
Yeah. Weird.
I don't remember that. I don't remember it
Yeah.
having faces. There's like faces all inside her home. And I don't remember the faces.
Nope, me either.
It's creepy.
And that's it for that one.
Okay. Well, just up the next one. How are you guys doing tonight? Is everyone doing good? Is there anything you guys have seen recently in the past week or so that you want to share? I do know that Jeff wants to share a clip, residue from last night's presentation, that we'll be sharing at the end of the show. I don't mind looking something up if you guys saw something that you want to share. Exactly. Brian, your mom says this is a children's story made easy. Hi, H-I, not H-E-I-G-H. They would make it easier for children, correct?
Yeah, correct.
And your mom says no to the faces. We may be having Damien G join us later. Aw, thanks, Anita.
Oh, what'd she say?
She said, doing good, Sandy.
Oh, yeah, you're doing great.
Oh, she's doing good. I asked how everyone's doing. She's doing good. That's
Oh, well,
great.
you are doing good, Sandy.
Yes, but so is your mom.
All right.
So is Jeff. Jeff is doing awesome.
Thanks.
It's home from work we go, right? Or home, hi ho, it's off to work we go the next morning. What's the next? Did we finish all that folder?
Yeah, I'm up to the next one now.
Okay, are we ready?
Yeah.
Not yet.
Oh, not yet.
You're not presenting, Jeff.
Okay, hold on.
There we go. Oh, this one upset me.
Me too.
Brian, you want to take a turn?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that's fine. We can do that. That looks like they're doing patty cake. All right.
Yeah, well,
Let's see. Nursery rhyme. Well, let me zoom in. Nursery rhyme that involves clapping hands with another person. Yeah, I just said it. Patty cake. That's what I remember.
so you remember patty cake.
What is it now? Patsy cake?
Well, we have to ask the chat what they remember. Stay here.
I like that Patsy cake.
and usually it's like kids doing it. Kids.
Yeah.
So High Pocket says Patty. Rudy P says Patty. Frank Nunez says Patty. Pile of Fire is laughing at your Patsy. Party for Joe 4. Analog Line remembers patty cake. Interesting, John Nada remembers patty cake, baker man. We didn't get to that part yet. Karen Maloney remembers patty cake. Your father remembers patty with an I. Oh, I forgot to do something. Give me 1 second, guys. I forgot to send the link to the show. I promised I'd send the link, which I am doing now.
Philo says, here in New York, we sang Patty.
Year in year we sang Patty. Your
Yep.
dad remembers the I, but your mom remembers a Y. All right, we can move on. It's 100% in the chat.
All right. And where I'm from in New Jersey, we also sang Patty.
There's like 1% chance it could be Patsy.
I would say it's 0. But we'll get there. Yeah, Brian.
I've only ever known the nursery rhyme to be patty cake with a Y. Patty with a Y.
Spelling's not so much the problem. If you remember an I, that's okay.
But the nursery rhyme has always been what? You guessed it. Pat a cake. So it's pat a cake, baker's man, bake me a cake as fast as you can. Is this in your memory?
So it's not for John Nada because, as he says up here, he remembers Baker Man, no S. So in the chat, I don't know, I obviously didn't ask. Do you remember Baker Man like John Nada? Or Baker's Man like I do?
I remember Baker's Men.
Men.
Yeah.
So Anita remembers Baker's Man. Both make sense to Philo. Well, Baker Man would be the actual baker making it. Baker's Man would be the baker's man, a guy he hired, employee. So that they can both be right. It's just what you remember. High Pockets is Baker's Man. Rudy is Baker's Man. Is Baker's Man. Man, good vibes.
I remember it as Men because it rhymed with Ken. Make me a cake
You know,
as fast as you can.
I have no idea what patty cake is. If you look up patty cake, there are recipes for patty cakes online. Karen Maloney is Baker's Man. Eddie
Baker was
says
baked,
Baker's
man.
Bay. Eddie.
Baker's.
and Philo takes it home with the baker was baked man. Okay, we can go on.
All right. So there's some non-residue, I guess. That's the way it is now for pat a cake. Next slide. Yeah, there's more showing how it is now. So it's not just a variation effect.
There's just a lot. It's mostly patty cake because that's what it is in this reality.
I thought it was patty cake. It was always patty cake.
Exactly. And here's the top left is John Nada's rowdy patty cake, baker, man.
Yeah, see that baker man. Yeah.
We have some dashes in there, patty dash cake.
What do you guys think about this one? These are residues. These last two here are residues for patty cake.
There it is, bottom right corner. A patty cake is a type of cupcake specific to Australia, I believe. It's a lemon cupcake. I want to say it was lemon.
Was that right?
Mm-hmm. I don't think we were singing it wrong. Who said that? Rudy P says, as kids, we were probably singing it wrong. The one in the middle is called patty cake, and it is very old. I think it's merged realities. I really think that's what it is. In one reality, it was patty cake, and the other one was patty cake, and now both exist.
Yep. And that's the last one for that.
Okay. Anything's possible. We have no idea what's causing this. We have no idea why this happens. We don't know why residue. I mean, my theory residue existing is that our memories, people's memories, create the residue. So you remember patty cake, and you draw something that's to a patty cake, or you make a book of nursery rhymes. You write patty cake. It creates the residue. I think that's how residue exists. People making things the way they remember it instead of the way it is now.
And I've got the next one ready to go, Sandy.
Okay. All right, now this is one that not everyone may know, but the ones that knew it was like 100%.
Yep, I definitely know it.
Okay. So, former South Carolina governor and U.S. Senator, Republican, who is known for his 24-hour filibuster to stop the Civil Rights Act of 1957 from passing. Strom, fill in the blank. It starts with a TH. I should put an H in there for everyone. Strom blank. What does everyone remember if you know him? So the first answer comes from High Pockets, Thurmond. Whoa, welcome. No. We're going to have to look into that. It could be a variation. That's why we research everything. But no says, ring around the Rosie now says a tissue. We all fall down. I remember ashes all fall down. And you know what? I do too. And what we see in the Mandela effect a lot is that the changes will make more sense, which further discredits the community. Now that we know Ring Around the Rosie is about the Black Death, it's you're sick, that makes sense. But I don't remember that. It was always ashes. So that's a good find. I will look into that. Definitely research that. So not sure. Trivia Nostalgia says Thurmond, and then Anita says Thurmond. TD Mage 20 welcome says Thurmond, and Carameloni says Thurmond. And as you can see on the screen, it is Thurmond, like the Trivia Nostalgist remembers. Brian, Jeff, what do you guys remember?
Thurmond.
Thurmond, yeah.
It is Thurmond now. I've only ever known the person Strom Thurmond, but his last name has always been Thurmond. Yes, Philofire. I remember a version where it said, achoo, achoo, we all fall down. But not tissues. That is totally new for me. That's a good find, no. Brand O. I don't know how you want me to pronounce your name. Thurmond with 2 N's for Joe Bloor. And that kind of looks right to me as well. John Nada is Thurmond. Even the government archives gets his name wrong sometimes. So this is the National Archives catalog showing Strom Thurmond like I remember it. See, and even Philofire remembers Achu. Keep going, Jeff. So here we have a newspaper, and inside the newspaper says Strom Thurmond. I can't see the date. Brian, can you see the date of that paper?
February 11th, 1999.
There you go. Okay. So a paper from 99. Analog line remembers Thurmond with an O. Oh, correction, Thurmond with an A. And John Knott says, wait, it was Thurmond. This is why we show residue. So here we have the armed lawyer in December 1975. Strom Thurmond of South Carolina. Senator Strom Thurmond. Okay, and top left we have Thurmond Right can win. That was their campaign. But the article describing it says Strom Thurmond Right. And at the bottom we have a magazine being sold on eBay, Strom Thurmond. Interesting. And Brian, your dad remembers Thurmond having red-orange hair.
Oh, wow.
Same, Thurmond is all I remember. Here's more Strom Thurmonds from the papers. I believe this one's from Pinterest. Okay, all right, there's a lot going on here. So these are all slides created by people except for the Time magazine and the being sold on Etsy. The other four are all slides from presentations, and they all remembered Thurmond. Hey, Saji. Oh, thank you. Saji says, hello, everyone. How exciting of a show. Glad you made it. You can go on, Jeff. All right, so here's a teacher's guide to African American historic places in South Carolina. The teacher's guide says Strom Thurmond. These are all slides created by people, like PowerPoint presentations. All Thurmond. Hey, Fizz.
Hey, Fizzy.
Hey, Fizzy.
She is now ranked number 4 on Oregon Trail.
Nice.
Huh. Can't get witches in StreamYard. Interesting. Fizzy, your new nickname is Fizziest. Is that the last one, Jeff?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Look, Fizz, look at everyone saying good job to Fizzy. Just let me know when you're ready. Actually, while Jeff is doing that, Brian,
Yep.
are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
you look on the internet really quick? The lyrics to "Ring Around the Rosie" and see if you see "Tissue, Tissue, We All Fall Down." You're not too late, Ed. You're still early. We're good. We're still in the single digits, I think.
Oh yeah, we got plenty to go.
All right, I'm thinking to the stream while Brian looks that up. So
Yeah,
this is
I think it's because the original changed.
all
I
right.
have I have the
Go ahead.
lyrics up.
All right. Well, let's pause here with Jeff. I'm going to Can you present, Brian? Stay there, Jeff. I'll put you back in a minute.
All right.
Can you show us what you're seeing, Brian?
Yeah, right there. There you go.
So no in the chat or NO in the chat. Ring around a roses. Roses? This whole thing's wrong. Ring around the rosy. Pocket full of posies. Ashes,
Tissue.
ashes. And it was a chew. And now a chew changed to a tissue. That's crazy. Nice find, NO or no. I don't know which one you're going with. Because there's an N space O, so that's not right. Does anyone remember a tissue? Or ring around a roses?
No, it was not like
Rosie.
that.
What does it say below? I saw more quotes.
It's supposed to be related to the Great Plague.
Yeah, I knew that. But they're still calling it ring around a roses. I don't remember that.
No, ring a roses.
Ring a roses is wrong.
Ring around the rosy, pocket full of posies, ashes, ashes, we all fall down. That's what I remember.
No, they're saying this is the original. Wait, what's this? Ring a roses. One for Jack, one for Jim, and one for little Moses. What? Round the ring of roses, pots full of posies. The one who stoops less shall tell him she loves the best. What is this? There's 100. This is a variation effect. That's what this is. It's the Mandela variation effect. There's hundreds of variations. Ridiculous. Wrong. Absolutely wrong. All right. Credit Teresa Lynch. Memories of Black Sunday. Have any of you in the chat ever heard of black blizzards and or Black Sunday? Stay here, Jeff. And or Black Sunday. Have any of you ever heard of these? Sort of the trivia nostalgist. You'll see why it's different in a minute. Welcome to Michael. That's a good point, Fizzy. Yeah, but they weren't called tissue until Kleenex. So why would those old lyrics have tissue in it? Great point. Joe Bloor says the dust storm of 1930. Analog Line says no. Rudy P says no. Michael E says Black Sunday was for a protest. No. Nope, neither says High Pockets. Black Sunday was in Dirty 30, says Eddie Von Keen. Kleenex, Kleenex, we all fall down. Well, TD mate, how many nursery rhymes have 50 different versions? That's awful. I've actually covered many nursery rhymes. There's at least 20 or 30 that have different words or variations we've never heard of. Let's see. Sagittarius Speaking says no. Philo says Black Friday. Say who? Say what? Say what? TD Mage is no. Never heard of Black Blizzard. Uh, Blizzard. You can go on, Jeff. Black blizzards. The Dust Bowl during the Great Depression saw many black blizzards, a term we have never heard of until now. But that's not why we're talking about it. Yeah, Jeff. We have also never heard of Black Sunday. Black Sunday was April 14th, 1935. It saw a dust storm travel 1,500 miles, covering the major cities of the East Coast in thick dust and eventually reaching the Atlantic Ocean. Is new for you. Have you ever heard of a black dust storm traveling practically across the entire country, covering DC, Philadelphia, New York, and reaching the ocean? Anyone? Have you heard of this? Ryan, Jeff, you guys want to chime in?
Never heard of it.
I've never heard of it, but I have heard Black Sunday only because it was the title of a rap album in the 90s, Cypress Hill. But that's
But you
the
didn't
only.
know it was related to.
I did not know, and I still don't know if that's why they named it that.
Exactly. So in the chat, we have Ed Haddon will be right back. Karen Maloney says no. Rudy P says, I have not. Never heard of these, says File of Fire. Never heard of that event before, says Frank Nunez. No, says TD Mage. All right, we can go on. So the Dust Bowl from 1940 was this area here. Very far from the East Coast. April 14th, 1935. It says get up at 7 a.m. 4-year drought in the plains, dry, loose soil, much warmer in the plains, but a strong cold front moving rapidly south. The stage is set for the Black Blizzard.
The Dust Bowl, huh? I wonder who won that.
Seems like a lot of these effects have to do with weather.
There are a lot that have to do with weather.
Maybe it has to do with the fact that we have maybe it has to do with the fact that we have 23 different types of clouds now or something.
Yeah, I think it's the fact that we're in either a different time of the Earth's life cycle or just somewhere different completely. Yeah, Jeff. John Nada has heard of Black Friday. There aren't many pictures of the cities on that day, but there's plenty of Black Sunday. There's plenty of Black Sunday across the Midwest. But this image is from Washington, D.C. Daylight turned into inky black as duster hits. Dust storm obscured Chicago skyscrapers. So DC invaded by dust storm from Midwest. I mean, the map on the left, it shows the dust storm covering all of those states, literally going from, it looks like North Dakota, maybe even Montana, all the way across the plains, the Midwest, through New Jersey, Philadelphia, New York, D.C., Maryland, all covered in dust. I grew up in New Jersey. I've never heard, when we learned about the Dust Bowl and we learned about the Great Depression and these dust storms, I never learned that one hit the East Coast.
That's something we definitely would have heard about too.
There's even a article at the top that said it hit the Panhandle of Florida. So maybe that map isn't fully accurate.
Maybe.
Here's some pictures from that day. Right, Frank, not even the Dust Bowl region. That's why this event, we believe, is a Mandela. Never heard of this. More pictures of the cities as they were being hit. See, now in a city, if I saw something like this, I wouldn't think dust. I would think what exploded. Like, I would think something much more scary and more dangerous. Not that this isn't dangerous, but you know what I mean.
Looks a lot worse than dust, that's for sure.
Yeah. What does that say? Enemies of the earth. And I find it, they were wearing gas masks. I'm trying to read what it says under enemies of the earth. The dust storms and floods. So there are floods as well. I'll look into that. All right. What's next?
All right, so that's it for that one. I'll pull up the next one here in a minute.
That's true, Eddie. The masks were necessary to keep the dirt and the dust out of your lungs. You don't want to have pneumonia, get pneumonia from dust. See, I am surprised because, like I said, in high school, U.S. history, we learned about the Dust Bowl, we learned about the Great Depression, we learned about these storms. I find it odd that a storm hit my area and it wasn't discussed. Just like right now, the West Coast was getting pummeled with rain and floods, and we all heard about it. It's not normal for them to get that much rain.
This
It
is the
wasn't.
hottest January on record, they said. Uh, I was listening to a channel on YouTube who talks about this kind of stuff. The weather is the hottest January.
On record as in how many years? See, I hate that. They only go back like 50 or 100 years. They
Yeah,
don't go back and look at
further.
like the cycles that, I mean, like right now they're talking about, oh, the ice sheet is the lowest it's ever been in Greenland. But if you go back 80 years, it was identical to what it is now. 80 years ago, it's identical to right now, and it recovered. So I don't know. I think everything's cyclical, and we need to wait. If things like get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse over maybe a decade, then you start to worry. But Anyway, next up is Popeye. Who wants to read?
I'll do Popeye, and then I got to jump off after this one, Sandy. Is that cool?
Oh, you got to go?
Yeah. Let me
Okay.
just... Yeah, I'll read this one.
Are you coming
Okay,
back,
so
or are you just done?
I may come back. I may come back. My son wants me to play with VR with him. So
All right, I'll
anyway,
keep an eye out for you.
okay. So Popeye the Sailor Man, he eats his spinach to get strong. What do you remember learning was in the spinach that made Popeye's muscle grow?
Hey, Jeff.
And Seth, what do you remember with that? What made Popeye's muscle grow? His muscles. Sorry, I didn't mean muscle. I did not mean muscle.
Um,
What made his muscles grow?
in the
Iron.
spinach. What was in the spinach that made his
What was
muscles
in the
grow?
spinach that made his muscles grow?
Iron.
No, what's in the spinach? What
Yeah,
what
Jeff
No, what
answered.
is in the spinach? What's the vitamin that's in there?
Iron.
Iron. It's supposed to be iron. Next slide.
Oh no, not next slide. I'm waiting for answers in the
Oh yeah,
chat.
we
There
gotta get
aren't.
responses.
So Rudy says iron. Fizzy says green.
Green.
High Pocket says vitamin K.
Vitamin K.
Philo says iron? Question mark. Oxalates? Question mark. Karen Maloney is iron. Joe Bloor.
Seth, I remember iron.
I agree. Eddie. John Nada says iron. Anita says iron. TD Mage says iron.
Now, are you guys putting what you remember? Because I know a lot of you guys come from my channel where we discussed this before. So you guys do remember iron, in fact, right? Just put what you remember. Can we go on?
Yeah.
And they spelled strength with the T apostrophe. Okay, so in my past, it was iron that made Popeye so strong that when he eats me spinach, according to the franchise and the comic, apparently it's always been vitamin A.
You guys remember vitamin A? He says spinach is full of vitamin A, and that's what makes humans strong and healthy. I don't know what healthy is. And why is olive oil?
I don't know
Someone
why
said not.
she looks like a cross between her and Bluto in that picture.
Someone said it was not olive oil.
She gained some weight if that's her.
Someone said it wasn't her when I
Who would
presented
it be
this
then?
Garrett performance.
I mean, she looks like her, except for the big arms. She's got Popeye arms.
I always thought beta carotene was from carrots, but my belief says no way. Vitamin A is from carrots. Philo says carrots. Isn't A for the eyes? I thought so too. And 50 thought retin A, vitamin A, was for the skin, and I agree with that as well.
Yeah, beta carotene, they told us was good for our eyes to eat carrots. Is that still true or no? Is that a myth?
It might be a myth. I know the carrot thing, helping your eyes, was a myth. Well, this could be an excuse. But what they say it was said the pilots, it was to get people to eat more vegetables instead of meat during the war. In other words, the government lied for fries. All right, go ahead, Brian.
Manskew's or math. Spinach, iron, and Popeye. Ironic lessons from biochemistry and a history on the importance of healthy eating, healthy skepticism, and adequate citation. Apparently, it was discovered that the scientist who found all this iron in spinach made a decimal point error, dropping the iron content in spinach down 35 to 3.5%. But even that is considered a myth.
Can you
The
read that box?
mythical
Are you able
strength,
to?
yeah, the mythical strength giving properties of spinach are, however, mostly credited to a simple mistake concerning the iron content in the vegetable. In 1870, Dr. E. von Wolf published figures which were accepted until the 1930s when they were rechecked. This revealed that a decimal point had been placed wrongly and that the real figure was only 1/10 of Dr. von Wolf's claim. Somebody should have double checked his math.
Mm-hmm.
I see why you put Manskuse or math. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the iron content of the spinach was overestimated by a factor of 10 in the early 1900s due to a misplaced decimal. So you outlined here, it's a complete falsehood. Only about 1.7% of the non-hame, I guess,
Yeah.
iron in spinach is absorbed when we eat it. So 1.7% of the iron. So
It equals 0.044 milligrams of iron when we eat spinach.
yeah, so you're only getting
0.044.
like 400ths of a milligram of iron. That
Nothing.
is nuts. That is nuts. So his creator, L.Z. Seeger, actually chose spinach for its high vitamin A content. Regardless, the creator of Popeye, E.C. Seeger, has only ever claimed vitamin A, which has 160% of your daily vitamin in spinach, as the reason for Popeye's strength. So I believe there is still a true M.E. change. Another victim of the myth was the cartoon character Popeye, who famously ate spinach. The perception of the original comic strips promoted his consumption of spinach for its iron content as an incorrect one. His creator, L.Z. Seeger, actually chose spinach for its high vitamin A content.
No.
Yes, Seth, after these slides here, hold on. Only about 1.7% of the, again,
You already
this
read
is
that.
the
You already
slide,
read
yeah,
that.
next
Just
slide.
read the words.
Well, we already read the slide.
Not the slide. Oh, okay. You already read. No.
Oh, the
stuff
words.
chocolate
Okay.
bar.
In reality, spinach only has 1%, 1.7%. Yeah, we read it basically. It's basically you're better off eating a burger or a chocolate bar for more iron, actually, more iron content.
You're literally better off eating a burger or a chocolate bar for iron.
Man, no wonder why people live longer eating bad foods.
And as you can see here, a pack
Yeah.
of a plastic pack of spinach, like a bag of it, even
Eat their
says rich
greens,
in
yeah.
iron on it.
It was Seth says it was for what, Seth? It was for teaching kids to eat their vegetables, to eat their greens.
Yeah, but then they would just say your vitamins from it.
Do you know you
wouldn't
get
say
vitamin
iron.
C in hamburger meat? Believe it or not.
Oh yeah, there's all sorts of vitamins, but it's the amount. Like it could be trace amounts. Like
Yeah.
iron apparently is amount.
Iron is in red meat. Spinach tastes like sad. Fizzy said.
You're not. By the way, you're not even supposed to eat spinach raw. You're supposed to eat it cooked. I notice a lot of salad blends now feature spinach. Now, baby spinach, I believe, is safe, but the regular spinach is not. You have to cook it because of the ascorbic acids or something. I think it has to do with that. It's not supposed to be. It's not good for you unless you cook it. But go ahead, next slide.
He would eat it right from the can too, with all that gross juice that's in it.
Oh, that's because that's cooked.
Maybe when he compresses it with his strong hands, maybe it cooks it maybe at the same time. I don't know. The pressure, pressure volume.
Mhm.
Anyway, side note: what causes spinach teeth? I never heard of spinach teeth, but spinach contains high amounts of oxalic acid. When you eat spinach, it can leave your teeth with a chalky feel.
Yeah,
Okay, maybe that's the acid that.
happens to me when I eat it.
Yeah, this is caused by the oxalic acid reacting with the calcium ions in the spinach and in your saliva. This forms poorly soluble calcium oxate crystals which coat your teeth.
I've never heard of this. I've
I've
never
never
heard of
heard of it
spinach
either.
teeth.
I
I
get it when I eat
guess
spinach.
that's
It's annoying. I hate it. It really makes it taste like sand.
what do you mean? Can I figure out all the things I just said? Um, yeah, it's in the slides. So anyway, if Popeye added bacon to his spinach, he might be even stronger. It says here. So he knew that spinach is a source of iron, but not all iron is created equal. Interesting but obvious fact: kids who watch Popeye are more likely to enjoy spinach and develop a taste for it. It also contains 6.5 milligram of iron, which is around 80% of the daily value. A less known fact is Popeye actually eats spinach because it explains here in 1870 a German chemist accidentally wrote 35 milligrams for spinach, which is equal to a paperclip. So people assumed it was a superfood, which is why spinach became relatively popularized everywhere during the 1900s. So we all trusted this guy. Nobody double checked it. No, this one scientist or doctor, everybody trusted him
So here's
on spinach
residue.
iron content. So there's residue here, iron, hand. It says here, I have some. I'm not going to read all these, but I'll just outline the highlighted areas. It says iron packed treats. Spinach is having iron packed treats. Remember back in the day, Popeye ate his spinach for super strength. Spinach is in fact high in iron. It says, and then it says here, Iron Man, Popeye,
Hmm.
Iron Fist, spinach. That's
Yeah.
the name of the spinach. I think wasn't it Iron Fist.
Yep.
So I got more willpower than an elephant. I am an Iron Man. Pumping iron, yeah, Seth.
So the
Oh,
toy, the
Seth pointed
actual
out that
Popeye toy on the right,
Seth
behind
pointed
the
out that
toy,
Iron Man
100%.
and Iron Fist are Marvel characters. Sorry,
It's okay. The toy on the right.
Sandy.
Uh-oh.
We lost Sandy. She was saying something about the toy on the right.
Oh, I actually have that.
You have that toy?
Yeah,
He kind of
100%
looks like he
pure
looks
I
iron.
like
can't take this.
he looks
I
like
hate StreamYard
Magoo.
so much.
He looks like Magoo, like
He
Squinty.
does, yeah.
Did you
Yeah,
guys? Can you guys hear?
Yeah.
So what I was
almost.
saying was behind the toy, it even says 100% pure iron right behind the
Yes, it
toy
does.
that they're selling.
It's right there. Pumping iron, pump iron with Popeye spinach. Okay, go ahead. Next one.
That's
That's
it.
the last one.
That's the last one. Okay.
Mhm. I'll pull
All
up
right.
the next one.
Well, if I can, I'll try to come back on, Sandy. But if not, I hope everyone has a good night. I'll try to come back on for a little bit at least.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, Brian.
All
Hey,
right. Good
Good
night.
Brian.
night. Good night.
All right. It's just us, Jeff, unless
All
Damien
right.
shows up. Unless Fizzy wants to come in.
Yeah, Fizzy
Fizz.
should if she wants to. All right,
Just
I'm
let
going to
me know
get
when
this
you're
next
ready.
one ready. Oh, here we go. This is one of mine. All right, I got the next one ready to go.
She's too tired. Boo. Agree, Anita. Popeye smoked the pipe. Not a good role model. But back then, everybody smoked.
Did Popeye shoot his eye out with a BB gun?
Yeah. Bebe. A baby gun.
A Bebe gun. Bebe's kids.
All right. It's familiar, but it's different, right? Yeah. Yeah, this one's different. Go ahead, Jeff. It's yours. You read it.
All right. Credit Jeff Zanzibar. How do you remember this childhood song? Here we go, L blank Lou.
So, guys, what is the blank? Here we go. The next here to the answer. Here we go. L blank Lou. So Fizzy says, Lou. Loop de loop for high pockets. Jeff, if I get kicked out again because StreamYard hates iOS and Safari, just hang tight, talk to the chat, and I'll be right back.
All right.
So Frank Nunez says loopy. Oh, jumped. Oh, loopy Lou. Teenage says loop. What's she writing? Oh, Lou. Fizzy has a request for you, Jeff. Do you see it?
Yeah. Sing it, Jeff.
John Nada is guessing loop D. Anita remembers loop D. And Rudy, not sure, no problem.
I'm with Anita on that. But if I sing it right now, I can't sing it the right way. It would have to be, here we go, L blank Lou.
Mm-hmm. You can go on. I have enough in the chat.
Credit Sandy. And while researching Jeff's change, I immediately noticed another issue. What is your memory of the next line? Here we go. L
It's
blank.
It's the same blank for the first word.
Mm-hmm.
Really, it's second L you're answering.
Yeah, because this is all kinds of messed up, this one.
Yeah. So the second line. Here we go, blank Lou. Here we go, blank blank.
Here we go, L blank, L blank.
So Fizzy says loop-de-la.
Yeah.
Loopity for Eddie Von Keen.
Bippity boppity blue for
I know, bippity boppity blue.
Put them together, and what do you got? Bippity boppity blue.
There's a hint for you guys. Fizzy's the hint. Loop-de-la.
Yeah.
But I think go on.
Fruit Loopty. I
know, Fruit Loopty.
La la loopsy. I don't think you made your name big enough.
I was just trying to make it fit in the box. I figured I wrote MESandyDiVa, and I just wrote Sandy, and it messed everything up. All right, go ahead, Jeff.
All right. Here we go, loop-de-loo. Here we go, loop-de-lie. We both remember here we go, loop-de-loo. Here we go, loop-de-lie or lie. And also, I do remember la.
I remember La too. I'm having a dual memory now, thanks to Fizz. Except it's neither.
But it's always been, here we go, looby-loo. Here we go, looby light. Is this your memory? Well, of course it isn't. It's ridiculous.
Luby Light. What? Luby Lou and Luby Light. No way. Absolutely not. I can't believe I left the Peacock ad in.
Shoop-a-doo.
Absolutely not.
Looby light.
What does it mean? No idea. No idea. So the residue is going to be lie or li or li. Here we go, loopy lie. It's not going to be la. Because at the time we were just it's loopy lie, not light. But now Fizzy has this dual memory on the la. John Honda says, "Oh, I know the song now. Yeah, no way, dude."
Exactly. No way.
And Anita and lie too. So Anita remembers lie.
What Fizzy wrote.
Look what Joe wrote. Sandy is not the center of attention. Leo, okay.
I saw that.
So there's the Urban Dictionary definition, thanks to Fizzy. A man who refuses to acknowledge or admit his uncontrollable lust for a woman. Okay.
That fits with this sick reality we're living in right now.
Yep. And Philo says it all. No. Are you gone?
Yeah.
So, and here's Loopy Lie. Or L-I.
I could go with anything in the second part that's similar, as long as it's loopy in the first part.
Exactly. Now, see, here's the thing. Like I was saying earlier with N-O, with the at tissue, it makes more sense. Light rhymes better with night, but it wasn't light.
No. Never heard it sung like that, ever.
Me either. He says I'm getting dumber reading this.
Aren't we all? Loop-de-loop.
And that's what Fizzy just said, actually. So the English US, English UK loop-de-loo is a variation of loop-the-loop, which I've talked about before. Loop-de-loop is loop. To fly or make a plane in a circle going up and down. So loop-de-loo means loop-the-loop. And it was loop-de-loop, not loop. For that as well.
Right.
And it's funny that it says loop-de-loop there.
Which, I mean, that's fine. That goes better with the kids' song than Looby Light.
Yeah, Luby Light is so weird.
Very.
It's 11.
And there's all this residue because, well, that's what it was.
Uh-huh. We can go through the residue a little faster because we have a lot to cover.
Yeah, we do. Plenty of people remembering Loop-de-loo. on Twitter and everywhere else.
Yeah, there's a lot of us.
Here we go, Doctor Who. Yeah,
Never Luby.
And that would be it for that one.
That would be it for that one. Yes, please don't share, Eddie. And he says I have one for an Urban Dictionary. That would gross everyone out.
Oh, I want to hear it.
No, absolutely not.
All right. So let's see what's next here. Oh, this is a good one too.
All right. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Yes or no in the chat. Have you ever heard of magic hands? And if you saw this before, just answer what you originally answered. We're in July now. The last Mandela Monday. So Joe Bloor says no. Eddie Von Keen says no. Rudy P says no. Let's put them on the screen. High Pocket says no. Frank Nunez no. TD Mage says no. Oh, Eddie says yes. Which is just not half. I would have been like asking my mom to buy Coke. You must buy cans of Coke, Mom.
Me too.
John Nada says no. Anita says no. No, not color shift cans. He says no is for Urban Dictionary.
Hi,
Hey,
Adam
Adam for Christ. Welcome. Oh, sorry, Jeff.
That's all right.
All right, we can go on. We have one yes and all no's. All right. Oh, shoot. We didn't go through showing you how to present with sound, but it doesn't matter. I don't think this one has sound.
All right.
So in 1990, Coca-Cola started a $1 billion promotion. $1 billion in 1990 is insane.
Yeah.
A contest where your soda could be a decoy, gaining up to $500 cash or a gift certificate. If you had a winning can, the money or gift would literally pop out of the can using a special spring-loaded tube. I don't remember this.
Me either. That would have been a big thing.
Imagine, like, you're really thirsty, you go to the store, you buy one can of soda, it's all the money you got on you, and you open it up and it's trash. Now, if it's fine, but if it had, like, a gift card in there or something.
Mm-hmm.
The liquid in the can was not Coke. It was a solution of chlorinated water and other chemicals. While multiple warnings were on and in the can to not drink the contents, an 11-year-old did.
Crazy.
While the child was okay, Complaints also came in at the spring-loaded mechanism failing. This led Coca-Cola to end the contest months early. The cans were only sold for 3 weeks in May of 1990.
And even though it was only 3 weeks, I feel like that was a promotion we would have remembered.
Yeah, $1 billion promotion. It would have been on every commercial that you watched.
Yeah.
It would have been everywhere. Billboards, buses, papers,
Mm-hmm.
magazines, everywhere.
Yeah, and there was no commercial for this that I remember or anything.
I was graduating from 8th grade during this promotion. They centered the contest around a New Kids on the Block song. I should have, at the very least, heard of this through New Kids on the Block, but it is completely new to me. I was a tween who liked New Kids on the Block. Never heard of this. So here it says defective cans threaten to put in Coke's Magic Summer 1990 campaign. Launched this month and scheduled to run through August. Negative publicity likely to Coke promotion. That's it?
Yeah, that's it for that one.
Never heard of it. Yeah, see, Frank Nunez, like, think $1 billion in 1990. Frank Nunez says $500 in 1990 is equivalent to the purchasing power to about $1,135.41 today. Imagine what it was in 2019. The dollar is horrible now compared to 2019. No, Philo. I had posters covering my entire wall. I had a New Kids on the Block jacket with like buttons all over it of them. Um, not
Hanging
shoelaces though. Ready to go, or you still need time?
I got it ready.
Interesting. This one looks different. That's not right. Oh wait, it is right. This is how it started. That's right. You want to read, or you want me to read?
Can
It's
you read
hard to
this
read.
one?
That's why I
I'll
made
read the next
yeah.
one.
Okay, so when was the first human corpse dissection? 3rd century BC. This is all important. That's why I'm saying this stuff. In 1340, human cadaver dissections were made official in the University of Montpellier. And in 1407, the first sanctioned dissection took place in the University of Paris. And then in 1980 or 1880? 1980 for the first ever diagnostic MRI body scan. All right, we have been dissecting human bodies since the 3rd century BC and using advanced imagery since the late 1970s. So can someone please explain? How was this missed? Apparently, science has discovered a never before known, seen, or scanned saliva gland, twin glands to be exact, in the shape of fangs that are almost 2 inches long. Before you present this or if it's the first time you're seeing this, do you remember twin glands being in the back of your, like, at the back of your mouth going into your throat. I do not remember this ever existing.
No way.
Hang on. Scientists discover new organ in the throat. If this isn't a Mandela body change, then I don't know what is. Does anyone have any logical theory as to how something this large was missed? Because I sure do not. And Rudy's like, can't say that I do. I wonder if they're responsible for postnasal drip. Acting like stalactites or which ones go down? Stalactites or stalagmites? But that's how they act, so possibly. That is it. That is what it looks like on an MRI. And those person's glands around their jaw are super swollen. I don't know if they're connected to the holes, but they hang down like 2 inches. Eddie Van Keen says nothing. No, says TD Mage. No one's got a good reason out. With all this imaging and dissecting, no one found
Right?
this.
How would they miss it? That's crazy. There's no way. There's no way that they would have missed that. All depends on how much cocaine you do, says Rudy P. So that's it for that one. I'll get the next one.
Short and sweet.
Yeah.
You really are doing a great job, Jeff.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Oh, another body change coming up. Go for it. This is Credit Teresa. Well, part 1. Joe Blor's doing a hell of a job.
Thanks, Joe. All right, so I'll read this one. Part 1, credit Teresa Lynch. Scientists have discovered a brand new, very important type of cell in our lungs. Respiratory airway secretory cells, or RAS cells, reside in our bronchioles and seem to have 2 purposes. The first being to coat our lungs with fluids when needed, but their second purpose could be life-changing for millions of people. RAS cells are blank cells similar to stem cells. They can replicate any cell and repair damaged cells. This discovery could lead to advancements and new treatments of smoking-related diseases, such as COPD and even lung cancer.
So basically, they found a cell that acts like a stem cell and disease because it can literally replicate and eradicate the lungs of diseases such as COPD and cancer. Now, this I can understand them not finding because it's a cell, you know? It's not a 2-inch long fang in someone's head.
It's something they could have missed, whereas the last one, there's just no way. That's funny, Philo.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, guys. It's a trypophobia warning. If you can't stand seeing holes, you're going to have to look away for this. Just listen instead of look.
All right. Speaking of cells, I've come across something that changes everything I ever knew about nature. Everything I was taught is now wrong. So I'm really curious what you remember. But first, I want to ask you, do you remember doing this? Focusing on the perimeter of leaves instead of all over the leaf.
You guys remember dew? I don't know. It's like a necklace around the leaf of dew. I've never seen this before.
That's weird. So do you guys remember doing the do here?
Hi, Jency.
Hi, Jency. Dew can still be found like it used to be, but I'm coming across a lot of these leaves with balls of dew hanging from the edges, which is completely new to me. More on dew later.
Here's some images of the dew collecting on the edge of the leaf, which I don't remember it doing. A lot of dews.
The do da da da. We have all heard of respiration, the act of breathing and exhaling CO2 and water vapor, and evaporation when water is transformed from a liquid to a gas. But true or false, when liquid turns into a gas from solid objects, plants, and the ground, aka not a body of water, the process is called evaporation.
Okay. They have to answer true or false. It's a question.
Yep.
So, true or false? When liquid turns into a gas from anywhere but a body of water, the process is called evaporation. True or false? Now, we just discussed this on the show with Cynthia Sue Larson, but that's exactly why I included this for those of you that missed this presentation.
Yes, Sandy, you did this before, says Philo. All right. So, do we have any answers for this one? Let's see.
So Ed Hen said, I thought it was called that, regardless of what it was on. I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Rudy P says, I agree. Anyone else? True or false? Evaporation. Joe Blore says melting. True or maybe condensation? Well, condensation would be the act of going back to a liquid. This is going into a gas form. True, says TD Mage. Oh, we're not even there yet, Adam, for Christ. Not even there. I just realized we haven't seen Dean Johnson around in a while. Anyway, go on.
False. In my past, regardless of where the liquid turns into a gas, the process was still evaporation. Not anymore. These aren't new words. They have elementary school science worksheets teaching children these words, but I've never heard of them. Have you ever heard of transpiration and evapotranspiration?
So in the chat, just answer what you originally answered if you've seen this before. Have you ever heard of transpiration and evapotranspiration? Fizzy says yes. Fizzy, do you remember it from before I present this? Or are you answering somebody else? Analog Lime says what? No. Eye Pockets is no. A fish. Where are you seeing a fish?
Oh, yeah. It does kind of look like a fish.
I'm not seeing the fish. Busy heard transpiration, but doesn't remember what it means. Transpiration, that's perspiration is sweat. I've never heard of the word and I'm not scared of syllables. All right, we can go on.
Evapotranspiration is when liquid in soil is released and turned into a gas, which I would have said water evaporated from the soil, not evapotranspirated. Exactly.
I would have called it evaporation, not evapotranspiration.
Right. And that's what they taught us in school, evaporation. And transpiration is when water released from plants turns into a gas.
Why do they have different names all of a sudden? That's what I want to know. It's the same thing. It's water evaporating.
Yeah, it doesn't need a different name.
Fizzy, trust the science, Sandy.
You know what this is?
No.
This is the Common Core math version of science.
Yeah, it really is.
It's ridiculous and it's unnecessary.
All right, I'm looking at the fish now. It's pictures on the screen with Ed's instructions. Go to the right. Oh, I see it.
You see
I
it?
see the fish. Yes,
Yeah.
I see the fish. I mean, look at all these worksheets for children. Transpiration.
That's definitely some new reality stuff.
Yeah.
I remember studying the parts of a plant in elementary and high school, but I must have missed the class that taught us that leaves and stems have cells on it that breathe.
All right. Here's the holes part, guys.
Called stomata cells, these cells look like little mouths that open and close, pulling CO2 in and exhaling H2O and water.
So these mouth-shaped cells actually open and close like a mouth.
That's
They
crazy.
inhale and exhale.
I never heard of that. What's stomata, you?
Makes you think stigmata.
Called stomata cells, these cells, well, hey, that's the same thing.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to get the picture into it.
What's the matter with you, Sandy?
But the thing is, they're visible on the leaves. Like some of these are not under a microscope. Like you can see on like the two on the left, like these spots on the leaves. Like stop it. No way. Like
Yeah,
you can
there's
see
no.
the veins of the leaf and you see the spots. Absolutely not.
Agreed. Opening and closing of stomata.
Now some are under a microscope, obviously. You can tell the difference. That one looks like a face. The one that has the 50U written on it. Look at it. It's like two eyes and a mouth.
Yeah. It does look like that. When the humidity is high, the water being released from these cells do not transpirate into water, vapor, but instead stay in liquid form as dew droplets.
So the dew droplets are where all the little mouths are exhaling water. Dew used to come from the air in my past, not from the leaf.
Right, exactly. In my past, dew was only created from condensation of moisture in the air, not liquid coming from the plant. Is this your memory too?
Thank you, Jency.
I also have no memory of plants breathing and exhaling water. It was only photosynthesis and water absorbed from the soil into the roots that gave a plant CO2 and water. Exactly. That's what we learned in science class.
Yes, not that leaves breathe.
Exactly. So we have new to everyone rast cells or rast cells, whatever, and new to us stomata cells on stems, leaves, including leafy vegetables like lettuce, spinach, and Brussels sprouts. Exactly what they were, Brussels sprouts, not Brussels, which breathe out water, and two new forms of evaporation that have always been transpiration and evapotranspiration for me. This changes everything I knew about how plants worked. Is this new for you too?
100%.
Yep. All
Do
right.
the do, says Joe Blower. Do the do.
Dewey Decimal, says Ed Hen.
Sadie says, yeah, moisture through the air for me. Same, same, same.
Right, that's what we learned.
Condensation, yep. Mm-hmm. And high pockets, that's right. Dew falls. Brian went to go play games with his son. That's okay. This is showing Jeff that he can do it.
You can do it.
Yes, you can. And Frank Nunez, yeah, not what I was taught in school. Me either. Aw, that's sad. Joe Bloor says, yeah, Brian, like my dad never did. Aw. Oh, hold up.
I like that, Ed Hen. So he's Bry out for now rather than Bry in.
Oh, they're looking at the Martin Luther King statue. Yeah, that thing is insane. Okay.
Oh, I saw that. That's crazy.
No. Fizzy talking behind my back. Telling Dan to come troll us. All right. This department store has locations throughout the United States and Canada. Do you know the name of the company? If you need a hint, you can go next slide. It's their hint. The company name has changed for me, but has it changed for you? Was it number one, Hudson Bay Company, two, the Hudson Bay Company, or three, Hudson's Bay Company? In the chat, what do you remember? 1, 2, or 3? We'll probably go a little over, Eddie. Just a little. Silas says Benetton. That was, yeah, it's the colors. Colors de Benetton. Yep. Okay, Head says 1 sounds familiar to me. John Nada says 1. Philo says, oh, I remember this. I never really heard of the company, though. Adam for Christ is 1. It's okay, Rudy, if you have no clue. See, I was being big when I was in grade school in the United States. Okay, so Saji says just Hudson Bay, no company. So out of the 3, I pick 3. It is Canadian. The stores are also in the United States, Shanada. Analog Lime is guessing 3. Jency is guessing 1. Eddie Van Keen says F1. Jeff, what do you remember? Do you know this company?
Yeah. I remember the Hudson Bay Company.
So you're 2.
Yeah.
I am wondering if it's slightly different in the U.S. than in Canada.
It's possible.
John Nada only saw it in Vancouver. Well, it is definitely a Canadian company. You are absolutely right about that. All right, we can go on, Jeff.
All right.
It was always the Hudson Bay Company in the past. And I can agree to leaving the off, so I can agree to number 1. But it's always been 3, Hudson's Bay Company. Is this your memory? It was never Hudson's. It was Hudson Bay for me. Always.
Me too. That looks so wrong.
Looks and wrong.
Yeah.
The logo has officially merged since 2012. However, I have found the HB merging going back over 100 years. This coin is from 1854. It's the Hudson Bay coin. So I'm guessing their 2012 logo was based off of an older logo. And I believe it's more merged here.
That's when you really know it's a change.
Mm-hmm.
That merging and all that.
In 1854 at that.
Yeah, right.
Everything's Hudson's Bay. It's so wrong. I can't. Incorporated 2nd of May, 1670. Yes, it's a token. Yes, you are correct, Eddie. So here's residue of the Hudson Bay Company, which is what I remember. Some do say Hudson Bay Company that know the, and that jacket at the top, that was big. Or Stacy had that. Classroom had the jacket.
Who had that?
A girl named Stacy in my class in grade school.
Did her mom have one too?
Probably. No, but I remember one. I'm saying, like, I was like, oh, I love her jacket. I want that jacket, you know? So I remember it. I know, Stacy's mom. I was trying not to go there. I was trying not to go there.
You know I'll always go there, especially if it's
I know.
music.
So there's a ton of residue of the Hudson Bay Company or Hudson Bay Company without the S.
Yeah, that's what it was, and that's what I remember seeing, the Hudson Bay Company.
Same.
I used to have something, I don't know, like some kind of clothing from them. And I remember it saying the Hudson Bay Company.
How many do you see these stuff?
Huh?
How many more do you see that we still have to do?
Like 7 or 8.
Yeah, we should move through the residue faster.
Yeah, that's for sure.
The song is Stacy's dad now. Are you ready? I still to do it. Oh, you're still showing residue. I took it off screen. I thought you were done.
No,
Oh my
there's
gosh,
still
there's that
more.
much. Oh, well. Yeah, you can move through it. There's a
Right.
lot.
So there's some residue there and there. And lots of residue. Wow, that is a lot of residue.
It's a ton, yeah. Well, this
I
triggered me. Very, 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 very upset by it.
don't
All right,
blame
that's
you.
the last one.
Yep.
And the residue was everywhere. Everywhere. Let's see. Scrolling the comments. Oh, Jeff's almost ready. Oh, now here's the thing, Jeff. Before you, do you see? Stop presenting for a minute. I need you to stop presenting
All right.
because this one's important that you have to do this. When you present, there should be an option to present with sound. Do you see that?
No.
Huh. Well, maybe they changed it, so maybe it'll still work. Just give it a shot. Just do your normal. We'll see if it
All right.
works. If not, you guys are just gonna have to trust us on this.
All right.
All right, here we go. You want to read it? You want me?
I'll read it.
Okay.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple blank blank.
So in
What
the
do you?
chat, yep. Type the 2 words you remember. Fizzy wants you to sing it.
With my voice? Nah.
I can barely talk without coughing right now. I'm still congested from my virus 2 weeks ago. So Analog Lime says Mountain's Majesty. And Frank Nunez says Mountain Majesty. Rudy is Mountain's Majesty. TV Mage is Mountain Majesty. Do we see the problem? But there's a problem altogether that they don't even know yet.
Oh, yeah.
Mountains majestically.
A lot of them want me to sing. I wonder why. I only do that as a joke.
It is America the Beautiful, Ed Hen. Oh, and Eddie Von Keen answers American the Beautiful. John Nada says mountains. Here we go. With the current reality, mountain majesties coming from hysterically speaking. Violet with mountain majesty. All right, we can go on. We have all realities.
All right. When asking friends and family what they remember, I was surprised to find that most have the current memory. But thankfully, Fizz remembers it like I do, and I feel just as strongly as she does about this one.
Fizz,
She will die on this hill.
That's what Fizzy said.
It was for Purple Mountain's Majesty, the majesty of the Purple Mountains. It now is for Purple Mountain Majesties, the majesties of the Purple Mountain.
Majesties. Absolutely wrong to me. And it was always mountains. Like there's many mountains. It wasn't one mountain they were singing about. It was a mountain range.
Right.
Mountains. So for me, it was always Purple Mountain's Majesty. The majesty of the Purple Mountains, not the majesties of the Purple Mountain.
Right. I think I have residue for this in a movie. I have to check.
He says, I'm happy to be so notoriously correct that I can be used as residue.
And she's definitely correct about this one, just like you are.
Mm-hmm. Hi, Noise Guru. What's up? Did I miss something?
Majesty, which makes me believe this has
We
changed.
can't hear you. I would just wait till you turn over. Yeah, she sings Purple Mountain. Yeah. Majesty.
First, mountains became singular, and then majesty became plural. The change that bothers me the most is majesties. I have never heard majesty used in the plural form before. Majesties was not a word in my reality until now.
For beautiful, for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain.
All right, that's enough of that.
words on the screen are mountain majesties.
Which is classic Mandela stuff right there.
Mm-hmm.
This clip shows the current reality lyrics, but listen closely for Purple Mountain's Majesty. That's what they actually sing.
Oh, I hate this. So it's Purple Mountain's Majesty.
There's some more residue there. Oh no, wait a minute.
Yeah, it's in red. That's current reality.
Yep. And now for the residue, Mariah Carey.
Oh, spacious sky, forever waves of grace. Oh, purple mountains, majesty.
Jeff, it changed. Stop. She sings mountain. She sings Mountain Majesty.
Did she?
She did. Listen. Go back. You can go back far enough. Uh-oh, what happened? Am I getting kicked out again? Can you guys hear me? Yes or no in the chat. Can you hear me? You hear me. So Jeff is kicked. Jeff, you there? Yeah, Jeff disappeared. Yeah, there he goes. I guess the music was too much for his computer. So he will be back soon, I guess. I cannot present. I'm on my tablet. But I swear I heard her sing Mountain. Did you guys hear Mountain or Mountains when Mariah Carey sang it? Let me text Jeff and see what's going on. Where'd you go? Yeah, I have to hear it again, but TG Mage says Mount as well. But John Nada says mountains. Uh-oh, Jeff's computer turned off. Jeff is back. Oh, good. I'm so glad you're back. Did your battery die?
I have no idea what happened.
Oh, we can't hear you. Oh, there we go.
It said computer locked.
Sounds like your computer crashed.
Yeah.
Ed Hen says, Jeff went to a place called Zanzibar.
He's playing Sims. All right. Am I still presenting here?
You are not. But everybody wants to hear Mariah Carey again. So if you want to just start from that slide.
All right, let me see what I can do here. No, that's not it.
No, it's not.
That is. Wait. Oh.
I
Yeah.
know a song Xanadu. There we go. Oh, wait.
Beautiful for spacious sky, for amber waves of gray, for purple mountains, majesty.
Okay, I heard the S. Mountains.
Yeah,
She had
it didn't
the S was
change.
delayed.
Yep.
Okay, the S was delayed.
And good night, Sag.
Good night, Saji.
Yes,
What's
File
next?
of Fire. That was a Billy Joel song, Zanzibar. And I think that's what popped into my head when I was making my YouTube name. Because I am a Billy Joel fan, so I think that was it. That was why. All right, so let's see.
Side. More residue. This is worded residue, though. I keep muting because I have to keep coughing. I love the crayon. The Crayola crayon is Purple Mountains Majesty.
Yeah, that's good residue.
Good night, Ed. Thank you for being here.
Good night, Ed.
Amen to that. Amen. Without screen.
I did, Joe. I did. I started the fire. It was me.
You can go on, Jeff.
Well, now that my secret is out, more residue here for what we remember.
Tea and songs, guitar lyrics. Okay. All right, here's more video residue.
Oh.
Next part is better because he actually
Oh,
speaks it.
beautiful for spacious skies,
The next,
for amber waves,
there you go.
for purple mountains, majesty.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
For
You just
purple
did stop.
mountains.
Yeah.
There you go.
The king knew what it was.
Yes.
He ain't gonna get Mandela'd.
Do not jinx him.
Right. Okay, so let's go to something else now.
John Nada says there were more than one Elvis. Like there's more than one Santa Claus. Hey, Grand Tour, Richard. Hi, Richard. That's nice. I hope you're having a good time.
Sandy,
Yeah.
we have 10 more.
Oh my gosh. We may have to make this a two-parter.
I was actually thinking that earlier. That might be a good idea.
Yeah, we might have to make this a two-parter because Jeff does have work in the morning.
Yeah.
And I think there's a limit to how much I can stream on here because I have the free version. I don't have the paid version of StreamYard. So, you want to do one more so that we're not just cutting them off?
Yeah, we'll do one more. And I'm going to pick this one here.
No, I haven't. Super Mario Brothers 3 says, have you heard of Lisa Johansson, whom for years has claimed that she is the real daughter of Elvis? She says she was switched when he died.
Wow, I never heard about that one.
I'd have to see a picture of her because Lisa Marie Presley looks a lot like her mother, but I still see Elvis in her.
Yep.
May she rest in peace.
Yeah. All right, so I got this next one going, Sandy.
Okay. Last one of the night, and we will be having a part 2 soon. Maybe later this week. We have to talk about when we're all available, but we will do a part 2.
So I'm going to read this one.
Mm-hmm.
Credit, Jeff Zanzibar. Jeff believes a change has happened to a person once involved with the Howard Stern radio program. Kevin Metheny, I swear it was Metheny with an A yesterday, was the program director for Howard Stern's radio show. What was the nickname Howard gave Kevin? Pig v. Blank.
Yeah, so when I made this presentation, everything I looked up, his name was Matheny. And now it's Metheny. So it changed on me while I was finding the residue.
I saw the same thing you did.
I know you did. Because you're the one who told me the name.
Yeah. We have some answers.
Violet Fire says pig vomit very nicely. Vomit says analog lime. Vomit says John Otta. Tata Fututi. Tata Tuti.
And Baba Booey.
It's okay, Rudy. I didn't know it either. Anyone else? All right, we can go, Jeff.
All right. Jeff has only ever heard his nickname as Pig Vomit, but in real life, it was always Pig Virus. Do you remember Virus?
Which is kind of funny because this change happened around the time, during the time of
Of a
the
certain
virus.
thing shall not be named.
Mm-hmm. Super Mario Brothers says virus, but I remember vomit.
Yeah.
Joe
Man
Galore
excuse
says,
alert. In this reality, Howard nicknamed him Pig Virus, but they changed it to Pig Vomit for the 1997 movie Private Parts. The man's excuse is that the name was changed to represent Kevin, and the actor portraying him mashed together equals Pig Vomit, and that the band that played the opening for Howard's show was called Pig Vomit. Funny
Of
CD, by the
curiosity,
way.
why not look up what the guy looked like? Or...
I didn't know he was a real guy.
Oh,
I mean, I was familiar enough with your program that I knew there was a guy, but I didn't realize it was that guy. So I didn't think I was supposed to look up him.
you thought maybe it was a compilation of
Yes,
people?
I thought it was
and
a bunch of guys.
like the typical bad radio guy.
Exactly.
No,
So-
but there's an actual guy,
I
and you
know.
nailed it completely. You out of curiosity, why not look up what the guy looked like?
So the other man's excuse to claim that they got the name Pig Vomit as a combo of Metheny and the actor Giamatti. But Howard Stern says no, it was just Kevin Metheny. Here we have people making excuses for the new reality, which is a bunch of BS. Because I always remember him referring to this guy as Pig Vomit when I actually listened to the show and when I actually liked him, which I do not anymore.
I believe you.
And tell you what Pig Virus should be doing for us that he's not.
Is Pig Virus here?
So this is them talking about it on the show.
Today work? I don't know.
And tell you what Pig Virus should be doing for us that he's not.
Is Pig Virus here today work? I don't know.
And tell you what Pig Virus...
And here's some residue for Pig Vomit. And that's all they ever made reference to was Pig Vomit. Never, ever, ever heard of Pig Virus.
When you make fun of somebody, okay, or not when you make fun of when people make fun of people, okay, they usually make fun of them with gross words like vomit. Who says virus? What?
Nobody.
Doesn't make any sense.
No. I remember listening to his show, hearing him talk about this guy and saying Pig Vomit long before the movie, years before the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Paul Giamatti talks playing Pig Vomit in Private Parts. Not Pig Virus. Pig Vomit. No reference in anything here to Pig Virus.
TD Made just triggered. What in the actual? I watch 90s Howard. Yeah, what is a pig virus? Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, it's swine flu.
And Howard Stern wouldn't have come up with something like that in my old reality. It would have just been Pig Vomit. That was it. Pig Virus is not funny.
Yeah, Gen Z, except that clip we have on the radio is them calling him Pig Virus when it's supposed to be vomit. Well before the movie.
Yeah. Which blows my mind hearing that.
Joe Bloor says, great one to end on, guys.
Oh, thanks, Joe Bloor. And Rudy P., I'd like to say what I think happened to that particular thing you just mentioned, but I can't say it here.
And Adam for Christ says, I remember it pig vomit in the movie.
Yeah, it still is in the movie. But the excuse is that, well, the man's excuse is that they made it that way for the movie, which is ridiculous because he was saying pig vomit long before that movie. And that's why the band was called that. It was a whole joke.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, part 2 will be coming. I'm going to have to change the title of the video to part 1.
Yeah.
Is there any requests in the chat? Do you have any requests for one of the ones that we found and covered Like, what was your biggest Mandela effect that you remember us covering this year? If you can think of any, put it in the chat. Maybe we'll add it to the next show. Oh, thanks. Jenny says she can't wait. And thank you,
Jess.
part one. All right, well, I'm giving you guys a minute to answer. But if you can't think of anything, we'll go with what we already have. All right, well, thank you for being here. You guys are awesome. As
Yes.
soon as I know when part two is going to happen, I'll put a room up so that you can be notified ahead of time. As soon as we have it worked out with Brian and possibly Damien. And I guess that's it. We're going to say goodnight. Brian had my outro ready, but he's not here, so no outro.
But before we go, thank you, Frank Nunez. He says great presentation.
We didn't find that one TD Mage. These are all ones that we found. Like, myself, Jeff, Brian, Esther, Teresa, Curious&Curiouser, our group. Fizzy may have one in here. Fizzy may have one. But someone else found the coconut bra, so I don't have a presentation for that one.
And thank you, Grand Tour Richard. He says, great show, guys. I'll be tuning into the next one. Chancy says, you're awesome, Sandy.
And also, we're all looking at 2022 Mandela effects. Say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.
Now it's just say goodnight. I can't. That's nothing. That's big this year. Big for 2022. So a long time ago, Brian found the say goodnight, Gracie Mandela effect, where he said, say goodnight, Gracie. And instead of saying goodnight, Gracie, she says good night. Except now, Nobleness D, found out that he no longer says that either. Now he says, say goodnight. And she says goodnight. So now it matches again. Gracie's just erased. Grace is erased. That's how I read it.
What?
Yeah, Noble found that.
Oh, I have to check that out.
I don't know if he made a video. We covered it on Brian's channel. We credited Noble.
That's huge. Oh, my God.
It is huge. Grace is erased. It was a great plan by Noble.
Philo Fire. That's so funny. Pastor of Muppets. Because I wrote a parody of Master of Puppets by Metallica called Pastor of Muppets.
That's because someone in the chat is called Pastor of Muppets. Do you see? Welcome.
Oh, wow. So that person thought of it too.
Pastor of Muppets, you caught us at the end of the show, but this is just part one. We are coming back for part two, hopefully later this week. Because Curiouser is not having a show this week, so most likely we'll be able to fit part two in this week. So I guess that's it. Thanks for being here, everyone. We really appreciate you, and we will see you next time. Have a great night.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for coming.
Bye.